Oh,
Give,
guys, I'm sorry. Garrett, look at
are you
him.
freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Wait, wait a minute. We have to, we have to acknowledge the death of the Supreme Court Justice, RBG.
To my segment.
We could wait on that, but now that I've done it, it'll be a little awkward for us to, rewind and fast forward. So let's give our condolences.
We give our condolences. Keep messing with me, family, Tanya, and I'm gonna take them clips out your head.
Oh, guys, can you tell their clips? They look good, don't they?
Shut up.
You'll be able to buy them.
We're not celebrating your product right now. Anyway, my brother.
Everybody, welcome to Talking with Tonya. How are you guys?
Hey, what's up, Tonya?
Wonderful. Excited to be here.
Good. We're going to kick it off today with the new guest, and I'm going to let Gooch go ahead and do the introduction. Then just a quick business tip right now. All of the people who sell products. So if you're selling a product, I would just recommend that you start off with one that you're absolutely great in. Say if you are a men's clothing store. If you know that your jeans or your denim is, great and you have faith in it, you're passionate about it, go ahead and put those in the forefront and sell those with all of your passion, and then slowly add on your t-shirts, your jackets, and things like that. So try not to be all over the place. Now that we have that out the way, we're going to go straight to our guest, and Gooch, you can take it over from here.
All right, what's up, everybody? So we have a special guest today. Sharonda Ocean is in the building with us. Now, Sharonda, I don't know if you remember this, but when I first moved to North Carolina, we were both at an open mic event, and we ended up at the same table. I was like, who is that with these red bottoms coming in here? Because I had on a pair too, and he was like, we see each other. and we weren't supposed to do anything that night as far as like performing or anything, but you ended up speaking that night and also giving your poetry, and that's when I fell in love with you and your husband, because the energy that you guys had just in the room, it was like, we want to be friends with y'all. And so that's when we started to follow each other on social media. And when I tell you that the affirmations that I see you put out every day, it's just like, this lady right here has it going on. So she is a life coach, a speaker, a poet, a plethora of other things. So I introduced you, Sharonda Ocean, everybody. And I know that Tanya has a burning question she wants to start off with before you, Sharonda.
Okay.
I did not have to start off.
Thank you for the introduction.
Before Tanya starts off, let me say this, Ms. Sharonda. You have the biggest, beautiful smile I've ever.
You do.
Thank you.
You bring joy to the room. So I just want
Thank you.
Well,
smiling and laughter is just great for the soul. You just don't know how you brighten somebody's day up just by smiling, just by laughing with them, engaging and shifting that positive energy. So I always try to be a beacon of that, and I'm just projecting what you all are giving me. So
hey, I hear that.
Nice. Sharonda, when I went to you, when Garrett first introduced you as the next guest, he gave us your Instagram page, and I went on it, and it was just so positive. And I am all for women empowerment, and I just immediately fell in love with it. And as he stated, all your affirmations and just encouraging words, you're motivating women. So I absolutely loved it. And I guess I know that you do poetry and you are also a life coach. How did you get into the life coaching? Was it, a particular incident in your life, or did it just naturally come? How did you know that was for you?
Well, I knew that was for me because going into high school and then just transitioning into college, my friends were always coming to me for advice. But not only advice, they were coming to me for strategy on how to close the gap of where they were to where they to where they really wanted to be. So they weren't just coming for me for advice. And so my senior year of college, I became Miss North Carolina Central University, and that created
Nice.
that platform just put me on a stage to where I was able to really speak into, you know, women's lives. And first they were listening to me, just one, off of the strength of me being Miss North Carolina Central University. And then two, I just had the ability to speak. And when I spoke, people listened. So it was just like, it just came together. And I remember one time I was like, somebody said, well, have you ever thought about coaching? I was like, you know, people will pay me for this, you know. But let me tell you, I tried it out. So a young lady said, hey, well, how much do you charge for your session? So I was like, yeah, $90 a session, right? That's what I said. This was years ago. And she was like, $90. I said, you know, I just threw that out there, right? So you know, I actually reeled myself back in, right? So I said, yes, $90 a session, but I have a special going on right now. If you do 2 sessions at one time, $120, you can get 2 for $60, $120. And you know, I got you. We can get started next. Let me check my schedule. We can get started next Monday. And she was like, oh, okay, well, that works.
You know that through that special out there.
And you know what? That taught me something, because you know what? When we want to go for it, when somebody responds to us in a way that kind of makes us shrink, we have a decision that we need to make. Like somebody responds to us in a way that we're like, oh, they don't believe, or they don't think that my value is matching this rate that I just threw out. We either rise up or we shrink. And then in that occasion, I actually shrunk, and then I reduced my rate. But after that, after she came in and we did our 2 sessions, it was on, baby. I was like, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. And just inspiring women and pouring into women is just in me. You know, I grew up as a single father with a single father. And my father, you know, I didn't see him date after my mom, but what he did do was he had some powerful friendships with women in his life that he introduced me to. And those women just coached me and poured into me and loved on me. And they just taught me so many things. So essentially what I do is I feel like I'm just paying it forward, you know, pouring into women. Some things I give for free, like my social media, that's inspiration, that's for free. If you want to come coach with me, of course that costs, you know, that you have to pay for that. But really, I'm just really doing what so many women did for me growing up with a single father with a mom not present.
Right? Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, Sharonda. How do you keep yourself motivated to motivate somebody else, or be in that space to life coach somebody? Because I know you don't wake up every day like in the mood to deal with somebody else.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. You know what? I always try to come from a place of gratitude. I do gratitude in the morning. Like I write down 5 things that I'm grateful for. But even on those days that I don't really feel like it, what I keep in mind is my purpose, right? If I'm clear on what my purpose is, and it is to empower and inspire women or whoever, right? And so in your purpose, you have people that are assigned to you. Right. And those assignments can be, my assignment can be the people looking in from my social media. They can be the people that I see on the streets. They can be people that I'm around every day that's trying to see how I move, right? To see if they can draw inspiration for that. And if I know that if I don't operate in my purpose every day or be intentional about it, because I don't meet the mark every day. Let's not get it twisted. Okay. But if I'm not intentional about this thing, somebody's life is at stake.
Yeah.
And if not literally, metaphorically speaking. Somebody needed me to speak into them, but because I was so into myself and what I got going on, I wasn't able to speak into them. And so they're really dying metaphorically on the ends, if not literally, metaphorically on the inside. It was something that I could have said to that person that day, but because I was so wrapped up in what is going on, like with me and just life and just distractions, I wasn't able to fulfill my assignment that day. So I always try to wake up with purpose in mind and you know, and really operating in the gift that God has given me. If that makes sense.
That's deep. That's deep. That's really deep.
It does.
Now I have a.
Definitely.
James, you got a question for her?
Yeah.
On that note, I'm glad that you said that, because I have a friend that's a success coach. So he and I often talk a lot of times, and one of the questions I always ask him is: it hard for you to have like the compromise, for what you preach and actually live it at the same time? And do you ever have conflict within yourself? Like, I know I'm supposed to do this, but I want to do this instead. Does that ever come into play?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm human, right? But my goal is to be intentional about being in integrity with myself, right? Because you can lie to everybody else, right?
Right.
Let me tell you something my daddy said, Ron, that's what he called me, Ron, you can lie to me. You can lie to your mama, but please, baby, please don't lie to yourself. Right.
Okay.
Yes.
So for me, even those days where I missed the mark, I'm very intentional about being in integrity with who I say that I am and who I project that I am, right? Or who I speak and preach to what I preach. I always try to be in integrity with it, and not saying that I don't ever miss the mark, because we all are human. But what I can say is that every day when I wake up, I have an intention, and I object every day. But yeah, most certainly, we human, baby. So, things happen, but you always have to get in alignment, get back into alignment. And that's just, it's important for me to be a woman of character and to be a woman of integrity. And, to not only preach it, but practice what I'm preaching.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, Sharonda, I have one more question. This is probably my last question for you. But before we get to that, provide your social media handle. If somebody wanted to book you, how would they do that? Like, provide that information for us real quick.
Yes. So my social media handle, Instagram, I am Sharonda Arnold Ocean. And on Facebook, I have a Facebook page, Sharonda Arnold Ocean. And if you want to get with me, you can just go to my Facebook page. I have appointment slots on my Facebook page, or you can send me a email on my email address is on my Instagram, and it's hello@SharondaArnold.com, SharondaArnoldOcean.com.
Okay, cool. And we'll definitely put that in the section below this other podcast as well. So my last question for you before I let you go is, being that you are a bad poet, do you ever incorporate your poetry when you are doing life coaching?
So really, my poetry is, as a life coach, I'm a life coach, I'm a therapist as well, and a speaker. So you always have to have an outlet, really. You always have to have an outlet. And my poetry is really my outlet. Okay. But how I incorporate my poetry is, when people come to me, they're looking for things that they can engage in self-care. They're looking for things that they're looking for outlets. So I always recommend poetry and writing and journaling. But my poetry really comes into play when I do my speaking engagements. So whenever somebody invites me to speak, I always, depending on what topic they want me to speak on, I always create an introduction as a introductory spoken word to grab my audience's attention and pull them in. So any speaking engagement that I do, I always open up with a spoken word, whether it's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I always open up with a spoken word to grab my audience in. So I offer it as a self-care, journaling, coping for my life coaching and my clients that I provide clinical therapy with. And I also open up with a spoken word with every speaking engagement I do.
Okay.
Nice. Sharonda, we're about to be at the end of this segment, but before we let you go, do you have, because Garrett has bragged so much about your poetry, could you give us just a little taste of one of your favorite poems that you've written?
Because she bad. That's why I brag. She bad.
I guess I have so many different pieces. I'll just do like maybe 2 or 3 lines from, I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of being scared and small in my life is what I'm tired of being. I'm tired of holding back. I'm tired of living my life in a metaphor as if I'm a car driving with the brakes on going nowhere. I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of playing small. I'm tired of holding myself in this ball, seeing myself as small as the thread that goes through the needle's head. I'm tired of being scared. That's just a little.
Wow, and your voice just goes right along with it. I love it. Love it.
I told you, she bad.
I love y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Sharonda. I appreciate you for coming and being our guest.
Yes, most certainly. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate y'all. Understand this. Everybody is, one of the things that I always speak to my clients, I tell them they are whole, perfect, and complete. Everything they need is inside of them. Everything they need. Life has a way of beating us down and making us not believe that of who we are and what we are and the power that we possess, but we are whole, perfect, and complete, and everything you need is inside of you. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Sharonda. While we see that.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Sharonda, thank you for coming.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right.
That was amazing.
I love this.
Very good. That was amazing.
It was on point.
My friends are tight.
Yeah, she's tight. I like that chair she was sitting in. I was
They
about
are.
about that. I was like, where'd you get that chair from? Look like
Wasn't it nice?
Like
Yeah.
you ain't the chair she was sitting in?
Yeah. I think it was like a egg chair. I think that's
Yeah, like an egg
it was nice.
Like
It was very nice.
Oh,
Yeah. But how much longer do we have?
We got a little time. We can go ahead and get into it. It's
Okay. So we're gonna get into the celebrity. I didn't hear you. We're gonna get into the celebrity gossip. So I know you guys know about Cardi B and Offset's divorce. So rumor has it, and nothing has been confirmed yet, but they're saying, a close source is saying that one of the reasons he left and was just done with it was because, I guess, of her actions and the lyrics from the WAP song. How do you guys feel about that? Do you think it's true? And the thing is that she, if something is said about Cardi, she always comes out and she'll say yay or nay, but she rarely stays quiet, and she said absolutely nothing about that.
Here's my thing with that. Okay, so yes, the lyrics in that song are extremely vulgar.
I mean, I think that's what they were going for. It's
I know that.
Yeah,
I know that's what they were
anthem.
going for, but at the same time, what? But what?
The part, the lyric that I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got that ring. So as a man, is that wrong to say?
I mean, for me, here's my thing. I think there's a line, and I think she totally crossed it. That's just my opinion. But I mean, hey, sex sells, so
okay.
That's what it is.
This is what I'm saying.
She don't have to cook or clean. As long as she's paying for a cook and a maid, I'm fine with that. I think that's great.
What you got to say, James?
Why would I say? Why? Okay, my point is this. Listen to every Offset lyric that he's ever put down that was off the chain. Why would he even care? Like, come on.
Thank you.
Stop calling the kettle black. Seriously.
Thank you. So, I totally agree with that. I totally agree.
Well, you know what? Cardi B has been the subject of conversation. So she got the divorce going on right now and the allegations of that. But real quick, she got a lawsuit against her right now too. So I was in the gym. I was in the gym tonight, and they showed her sister.
No pork still, right?
Oh, sorry, I can't put those up.
I saw it coming.
Sorry, my fingers were going up, but I apologize.
Go ahead.
But anyway, her sister Hennessy, they were on vacation during Labor Day or something like that, and so this family was vacationing, and they said that she came up to them and assaulted them, spit on them, deframed them because the guy had on what is that hat? The red hat. Make everybody
make America great.
Yes. So the people filed a lawsuit against them.
See, but it's always two sides to every story, though, because I thought that they were like marching and protesting. Even if they were, that's their right. You know what I'm saying? You can't go up to people just because you don't like what they're saying. That's crazy. So it was Hennessy, not Cardi.
Well, they said that Cardi B tweeted about the interaction, saying, "My sister can't go to the beach in the Hamptons without Trump supporters harassing them."
I would like to see the full. Oh, this is my daughter's feet. My bad.
You know, Cardi's not number one on the Republican or the Trump list.
Oh no! Did you guys see? You guys seen what Candace Owens said about her?
Yeah.
Did you?
What'd she say?
Oh, I couldn't even watch it because I just can't watch her. But she definitely she went in on Cardi just to kind of told her like basically stay a rapper. She talked about like her English, the way she talks. What are you doing politics for? She just completely went in on her. This was after Trump's, or what do you call it? Cardi's interview with Joe Biden. Or not interview, but conversation or discussion, whatever it was.
The funny thing about that is, I guarantee you, she'll say all that on YouTube. She'll never approach Cardi. I promise you.
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't think she would want that. So guys, I don't know if you guys have heard
about what?
I'm sorry.
What are we hearing besides the wig covered the headphones?
Well,
no, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, this was not supposed to be my topic to bring up. That's why
I was trying to figure out what you were doing.
Yeah, I thought you.
Well, go ahead, Garrett.
All right.
You know what?
That was my battery. Did it?
Well, on the lighter note, did you guys hear about the Breonna Taylor decision about them deciding not to charge the officer?
Your topic.
That your topic?
Yes.
Okay,
Garrett, you bring it.
No.
That's not my topic. You know what? My topic is about unemployment and COVID.
All right. Well,
I'm sorry.
I apologize to the audience. Tonya is off her meds or something. Go ahead, James.
I'm off today.
Go ahead, James.
All right. Well, I read basically that they decided not to charge the officers. You had the jury, the grand jury, nor the prosecutor. They decided not to charge the officers in the Breonna case. They gave me some.
I'm going to burn up some stuff when I get out for this podcast.
I just think that that they're saying due to their laws that they couldn't charge them because they said it was self-defense because they were fired upon when they entered, with Breonna's boyfriend fired upon them. So they're using.
But here's my question though, James, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Go ahead.
But this is my thing. Somebody banging on your door like it's the man, because I read the article. They banging on the door, they screaming talking about who is it? Right. Nobody's responding. Guess what? My natural reaction would be to get my pistol.
Yep.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Didn't they come in the house? They came in, right?
They came in there and fired.
It was a no knock. Yeah.
No knock warrant.
No knock entry.
You know.
I am appalled by this. Like, I can't say I'm surprised, but I am so appalled by this because how many times are you going to say, oh, it was the laws and we couldn't do this, we couldn't do that. You know, what do we need to do to change these laws? And even if it was the laws, where's the ethics at? You know, it was a no-knock warrant. You go right in. You cannot blame someone for defending themselves when you did not announce who you were at all. What else was he supposed to do?
I would have did the same. I would have did the same thing.
And to use that as an excuse to not charge them? Like, are you serious? And to make matters worse, they charged an officer not for her murder.
No.
And I think they charged her because the bullet went into like another apartment or something.
Yeah.
Like, that's a slap in the face. Like, oh yeah, we are gonna charge him though, not for murder, but it was a bullet that he shot that went over there in another apartment.
Well, this is what I thought was interesting because I saw this in the gym too. So Trump got on, and what you smiling about?
There's nothing. Go ahead.
Trump got on, and they asked him, "Oh, did you hear about the Breonna Taylor situation?" And so he was like, "Yes, my heart goes out to them." And then they said, "Well, what do you think about this decision?" And he said, "Well, I don't know enough about it to make a comment." How can you not know enough about the situation to make a comment when it's been all over the freaking news? It's been in magazines. It's been all over billboards. We got a freaking billboard down here. You know what I'm saying? So what do you mean that you're not familiar with the situation? You're that far removed from what's going on in your own country?
Exactly.
That's
and
crazy.
He's definitely not. He definitely knows exactly what's going on.
He knows what's going on. And my next thing was with that state there, Kentucky, y'all already knew that your decision was going to cause an uproar, so they declared a state of emergency prior to
before they even Did you see it? They shut everything up. They boarded everything up. Like they knew
it was gonna be a
they
problem.
knew what they were gonna do.
Now they got a curfew for 9 o'clock. Man, get out of here with that. I'm catching a flight just to go there.
Yeah, it's gonna be some very harsh civil unrest in that state, all across the state. They getting ready.
Sure.
Can you blame them? When is enough?
Yeah, it just goes to show you that Black lives really don't matter. That you don't even charge the officers for anything that consisted with her getting shot in her own home for them doing a no-knock warrant at the wrong house, and nobody's held accountable. Come on, man.
But the man that they were looking for was arrested that morning, so I'm confused.
The man that they were looking for in matters of that case, really, I didn't know that.
Yes, the man that they were looking for was arrested that morning.
But so whoever ordered that warrant for them to go in, they had the wrong address. Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but they didn't even have body.
Yeah.
But here's my thing though, they didn't even have body cams on. Like what type of shady operation is going on here?
Well, you know, but according to the news, they're asking for the body cams to be released. So somebody had a body cam on because they keep saying that in the articles that they want to see the footage, but they won't.
Well, they keep saying that there was no body cams in the articles that I'm reading.
They're lying. They're lying.
I need a reliable source.
Yes.
And did you guys see the speech that the district attorney gave?
Yeah, I saw it.
I saw it. I was working when it was going on, so I wanted to really get into it. But all I saw was I was reading the subtext, and then it went off. And the next thing I saw, they went to the neighborhood, and all I saw was a bunch of people starting to march down the street. Yep. It's not funny. It was just like the movie, though. It was like it went from small to big, and then people was marching.
Again,
it's ridiculous.
I'm gonna put it like this. If there would have been black officers going into a white suburban area and fired and killed a white woman, it wouldn't have been no issue with them charging them at all. I'm just being honest. And that's just the real.
It wouldn't have been no peace.
Yeah. It definitely wouldn't have. I mean, I can already see how the headlines could be different. A white woman sleep and officers come in, not knocking, just shooting. You can't tell me that those officers wouldn't have been charged.
Every officer would have lost their job that night.
That night, for real. That night, warrant would have been issued for their arrest. They would have to turn themselves in, you know.
Yep.
But that's gonna make national news. So Gary,
for sure.
I know you got
extremely sad
because we got about a few minutes left.
You said, where am I at with what? My topic. Yeah. Well, today is for all
natural.
It's for all the people committing unemployment fraud. So, 40 people in Michigan, where Tonya is.
And where you are from, okay?
No. 40 people in Michigan, in Beverly Hills, which is a prominent area in Michigan,
I had nothing to do with that.
Have been arrested for unemployment fraud.
In Beverly Hills?
In Beverly Hills, Michigan.
Serious?
I'm dead serious.
What?
California says that they have ran out of money to give people who have legitimate unemployment claims, that they've had to hold off on approving additional claims because there's so much fraud going on. And I also have a personal example. So my dad, of course, is in the music industry and was not able to work his gigs that he was supposed to. And of course, everybody knows that, you know, musicians and performers were paid unemployment. So he's been waiting. So finally, you know, I found the email address and said, hey, Dad, email this person here and they should let you know. So guess what? They let him know. They said, hey, we issued you a check already. He said, no, you didn't. So they said, okay, we issued you this amount, which was a significant amount on this day, and it was cashed on this day.
No.
So he said, well, was it sent to this address here? So he verified his address, verified who he was. They said, you know what? It was not.
Wow.
So wait, how were they doing that? How were they?
I do not know, but the agent that he spoke to said that whoever cashed that check and whoever filed that claim is in big trouble. So they reissued him. They reissued him a check within like 72 hours and sent it to him and stuff. But like the amount that they got, I was flabbergasted that somebody even had the audacity to do something like that.
Wow.
Getting desperate.
Like, see, why would you do that? Like, crime is wrong, period, you know, but when it comes to you literally taking from someone else's pockets, like, come on.
Well, you know, some people, it boils down even to like some people that really need the unemployment because, you know, they've lifted the no eviction thing. So those people that have not gotten unemployment or whatever, they're getting evicted.
Wow.
So like there was an article about this guy, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. A guy who lives in Houston with his family or whatever, he has not gotten unemployment. He's been working like little odd jobs or whatever the case may be. He's not making enough to support where he's living. And the sheriff came in and evicted him. But he has not gotten unemployment.
Oh my God.
From trying to get the issue fixed because somebody already claimed unemployment in his name.
Every last one of those people.
So
like
scammers out there, you stop scamming and get up and get you a real job. That's my grudge.
Yes, absolutely. I'm with that grudge for sure.
Definitely.
You know what? I've actually enjoyed talking to you people today.
Yeah, me too. It was pretty good.
You know, I wish I could just
did you have something else? Did you have another?
No, I'm good.
I thought were we gonna talk about the coronavirus or no? We out of time?
No, we're out of time. We're done.
We got about like a minute left.
What you want to talk about it? We can talk about it next time.
Yeah.
We can talk about how you been sneezing on people.
It'll still be here by next week. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be.
I was going to say it might not be relevant next week, but yeah, you're right. It'll probably be even more for us to talk about.
We can talk about how you haven't been wearing your mask.
Please, I wear my mask everywhere. Hand sanitizer everywhere.
Can you fix your shirt?
My dress.
Hey guys, we got about a minute.
That's the look I was going for. Before we leave,
tell the people to subscribe.
Please subscribe below. Please share our video. Please like our video. The most important thing is liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing. They're all important. So please do so. Also, if you are interested in being a guest on our podcast, if you are a small business owner or artist, please email us at the email address below. Our guest speaker information will also be below. And we also want to thank our sponsors, iShopFP.com, Camera Eye Photography and Film, and the Gooch Foundation. Thank you for being with us, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.
All right. Peace.